All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. This is going to be an interview with a special guest. Some of you might know him because you subscribe to both of our channels. I'm here with Arthur Williams, aka Black Mamba, and we happened to run into each other today, earlier when we were serving the same well. We talked a little bit. This is actually interview 2. Interview 1 went great, but when it came to listening to it, the sound was horrible.
TV, a market with everything in the truck setup.
Okay.
It's a Mack 07. In fact, the guy at Cisco told me if anybody wants to apply today, he can get them either on Monday.
The wind out there was not too kind to the microphone. So Arthur was gracious enough to give me a second interview today. So we're going to squeeze in an interview. The first one lasted like 30 minutes, but we're going to make it, clean it up, and make it a little bit shorter interview today. But Arthur, first let's take care of business. You have a position open. You're offering a job to someone to drive your truck.
Yes, sir, I do. I have a Mack truck, Mack 2007 truck. I've leased it on with Cisco Logistics, okay, and I've leased it on with Cisco Logistics, and the truck is there right now sitting. I got a freezer, I got a flat screen TV, I got a microwave in it. It's there. I'm looking for a good driver, one driver to drive it. Right.
How many years of experience of driving do they need?
I think Cisco is asking for 3 years. I'm not too sure.
So
but
3 years.
But I think anyone who is interested, your best bet is go online, apply, fill up the application. Who knows? Cisco might call you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I'm sure there's a reference. Like, do you get a referral bonus?
No.
No, there's no referral bonus program there.
No referral bonus program over there.
Okay.
But the person is going to be driving my truck, so
right.
Yeah. So all they have to do put on the application if there's a spaceway that you are applying to drive truck 2815.
So that's truck number 2815.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully somebody will qualify, submit their application, and maybe. Yeah. But you were also asking about the orientation.
The orientation, yeah. Okay, I spoke to the recruiter. He said that I think it is late right now, but if someone had fill up an application today, mm-hmm. he would have called the person in to start on Monday.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So maybe anybody applying now is going to be week after next Monday.
Okay.
Because orientation is every Monday.
So every Monday, orientation starts on Monday and finishes on Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
So it's a 4-day thing. Yeah. Again, other requirements, I'm sure it's a clean driving record. They're going to do a drug test for sure. And
yeah, they're going to do a urine test.
Urine test.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because thank you for clarifying that, because I have gotten that question before. So with today being your first day with Cisco, yeah, how was orientation?
It was great. It was great. I was with Bridger, as many of you know. I left Bridger a month ago after I bought my truck. I went home for like a month. I just came back to Texas. I went back to Georgia. I just came back to Texas. So I brought my truck to Cisco, did the orientation, started driving, and bam, today's my first day. I just completed my first load. I just received another load, but I had to cancel it because I didn't have the hours to finish the load.
Right, because it was going to take you 6.5 hours to complete it.
Yeah.
But you only had just over 5.
Yeah, just over 5 hours.
So, but you're hoping that they might give you another load pretty soon. Something that might.
Yeah. What I have to do now after this interview, I have to go and stage at Black Mountain or Alpine Kermit, because that's where they are loading out of.
Okay, gotcha.
So the closer you are to the shipper, mm-hmm. the quicker you get a load.
Right, and now is that kind of like the main area where we all going to be picking up is in the Kermit area?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And now, how long were you driving for Bridger before you went to?
Oh, just 6 months, man. From February to June. I left June.
And with what opened your eyes to want to go apply with Bridger?
Oh, when I started driving a few years ago, I came back from Africa. I used to be like a social worker up in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I was in the human services field. I left America 2012. I went to Africa. I spent like 2 years there. When I came back, I said, no, I'm not going to work the regular 9-to-5 jobs anymore. I'm going to drive a truck. So I got into trucking, and from my very first day of driving a truck, my goal was to own my own truck. And because I didn't have the cash to buy a truck, I was looking around to find a good lease purchase program where I could eventually buy the truck. But after years of searching, I realized that and investigating, I realized that OTR lease purchases is not worth it. So I started to look in the oil field, and luckily I stumbled across Bridger. Yeah, and Bridger did well for me.
And when you found out about Bridger, was your intent to do frac sand from the get-go?
I was already doing frac sand.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My first gig, I drove for an owner-up. I drove for an owner-up, so I knew how much I was grossing for him. So when I saw the lease purchase option, I knew how much I could make. So I knew it was possible.
Right.
Yeah. So I jumped on it, man.
So, and you were there for, you said 7 months?
6 months, from February 1st to June 31st.
And you saved up enough to get your own truck. And now you got it. And it's a Mack. And again, he has a position open so you can drive that Mack. It's a 2007 Mack.
Yeah.
And if you want to drive for him, go ahead and fill out an application with Cisco. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I got a bad habit of interrupting people.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, with Cisco. And what was your truck number again?
2815.
2815.
Yeah.
So,
and when it comes to the pay, most of you have seen my pay stub. You know I'm an open book. I try to be open with everybody. I'm going to take care of my drivers. I'm going to have allowance for breakdowns. I'm going to have allowance for if the well goes down. And the pay rate isn't going to be. It is not going to be fixed. I'm going to have a sliding scale. I'm going to try my best to ensure that my driver takes home at least $1,005. No, not $1,005. I'm sorry, $1,007, $1,008 a week. You know, because I personally believe that no driver should be taking home less than $2,000 a week, because you are away from your home, your family, your kids. Right. So you should be making money. So anybody who signs on with me, that person is going to be well taken care of, because I know what it takes,
right?
What it means to be out there.
Right, because companies here, all they want you is to be here and be ready.
Yeah.
They don't care if you're waiting for a load because the well is down, and you're not there loaded, but you're at a truck stop for 60 hours with no load, and they don't tell you when they're going to get any work. And guess what? That 60 hours is free. You lost all that time to be with your family, to be just there waiting. So that's really good to hear. That's a good program to hear, and it's nice to hear it from an owner-operator.
I already got the numbers down. Anybody driving for me is going to be happy, because there are days where the well goes down for 3, 4, 5 days, and drivers don't get paid.
Right.
There are days where the truck breaks down and drivers don't get paid. I'm going to have allowance for all of those instances. But the driver must be willing to work hard, must be willing to take good care of the truck.
Right. Yeah, that means you can't drive down the lease road 20 miles an hour, because you're going to tear up that truck, and don't get mad because you're wondering why the truck broke down on you.
Yep.
So I completely understand with that. I completely agree. You've got to take care of the truck because that's your moneymaker. That's your tool. And you have a mechanic background?
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay. Me myself, I'm not a mechanic.
Yeah.
I'm like out here learning little by little, but I'm doing the best to take care of my truck because I know I need that 100% so I can make money out here in the oil fields. Now you've been a YouTuber for 2 years, right? 2 years ago,
my first stuff, but it wasn't about trucking.
Right.
Yeah. Every time I go back home to Africa, I undertake some charitable work. Yeah. So I said 2014 or so when I was there, I saw this school. This school had like 6th grade. This small church, had like church/school. 6 classes in one room. Wow. In one class, 6 grades in one classroom.
Wow.
So I try to help them. I raised some money for them. Yeah, I helped them to renovate the place.
But you're more, and that's good that you're doing a lot of good out there. Do you plan to go back out there?
Yeah. I plan. In fact, I have my own church. Recently, I was the head of a big organization, a big refugee organization. Anyway, I got my own charitable program. I plan on going back to take some solar lights to put in the community because light isn't everywhere, you know.
Right, because in rural areas they don't have access to electrical power. They would have to have something solar that they don't have to run a line cable from one town to the other.
I love to help people, man.
Understood.
So most of my money goes towards helping people.
Right, and if you can do it, you know that if you can help out, that's great. You know, as long as you're not struggling yourself, but if you can help out any way you can, I agree with that. I completely agree with that. Now, you've been active on YouTube like the last 10 months.
Yeah,
that's where you're kind of starting with your trucking videos. Yeah. But since then, your channel has grown to 1,224 as of 10-20 minutes ago. That's how many viewers you have.
Yeah.
And
I appreciate all of you, every one of you. Thanks for the love. H-Town here, we appreciate all the love shown.
Yeah, and when we finally connected, like I was like, all right, cool. I finally know a YouTuber that is in the oil field and got a chance to meet him. But actually, there is another YouTuber that I have met who actually got on with a T45, and I trained him.
Okay.
Donik, if you're watching this, I'll also put a link to your channel up above if I can. I don't know if I'll have time to edit all that together, but I'll try. I'll definitely put your link in as well. If those who are not subscribed to his channel, I'll put a link above as well.
Shout out to all my Bridger drivers who are staying at Bridger. I think Jose left. Jose got his own truck. Big G, Gary got his own truck now. Carlos went and got his own truck. So this is all of you at Bridger. Keep fighting, keep saving. Pretty soon you get your own trucks too.
And who was the last guy you interviewed?
Carlos.
That was it, Carlos.
Left.
Okay.
He left and got his own truck.
Already.
Yeah.
Already. So that means he was like barely with Bridger. At that point, I think that was his second week or so.
About 2 months or so. 1 or 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah, 1 or 2 months. Yeah.
Wow, that was fast.
Yeah. That's the goal. The goal is not to go to Bridger and to stay there, to stay the duration of at least 3 years. It makes no sense because the lease is too expensive. And at the end of the 3 years, you have a huge balloon payment. The goal is to go to Bridger, save up money, and buy a truck and leave. That's the goal.
And as a YouTuber, you know, people have access to reach out to you. What is the most common question you get?
How can I get in the oil field?
How do I get in the oil field? That is the most common question I get as well.
And the problem with that is most of the people who are asking, they have very few they have limit. I mean, their experience is 1, 2, 3 months. So,
or they're barely in getting their license now,
so
or in class getting their license now.
So you really can't work a miracle. You know, you just have to encourage them to. I mean, to just keep trying, to keep persevering. You know,
right? Because like the only way that I can see, the quickest way that you can do it, you know, not being shady or doing it under the table or anything like that, is like Stevens Transport. I always tell them that's probably going to be your best bet to get the quickest way into the oil field.
Another big company today. Is it CRST? I saw another big company truck pulling Frac says,
Oh wow.
I put in Pneumatic. I was surprised. But that's true. That's the same thing I told someone. Stevens Transport has a frac division, but I think you need 1 or 2 years of experience before you can join.
On the ads that I've seen, it was 6 months minimum. But the thing is, you don't want to do it with Stevens Transport because they're going to consider the first 4 months as training, so they won't qualify that as experience. So if you get your license, you know, go with another company, stay there 6 months, and apply while you're still at the other company, then maybe they might get you on. Maybe. But that was what I saw on Craigslist, on Indeed, as far as they call it Stevens Tanker Division. It's still Stevens Transport, but it's Stevens Tanker Division. That's the one that does the frac sand. Those are the ads where I'm seeing that they require a minimum of 6 months. That you don't need any frac sand experience. They will train you. Actually, there's a YouTuber, the Maurice Zarate Show, who is with Stevens Tanker Division. If I can, I'll put a link to him as well up above. And you know, me and him have contacted each other. He's happy there, and
he's happy there.
He's happy there, but you know, he was doing dry van before.
Yeah, making like 1,000 a week,
and
or 800 a week. So now
he's just only in Texas, and he's doing
at least 1,006 or something.
That's what I highly recommend. I usually go to is like, hey, the quickest way is go with Stevens Transport. Either you can do your training there, or do the training somewhere else, and then get your 6 months experience, and then hop over.
I told someone, in one of my older videos, but yeah.
What's another question that you usually get?
That's the main thing.
The main one.
That's the main question. Sure. Another question is, people. I mean, like 1 or 2 folks think that I have influence. I can get them into Bridger. No, I don't have any influence. I don't have any. I'm not a decision making at Bridger. You know.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not in administration. So.
But Bridger also hires company drivers.
No, they don't have.
Oh no, is it all
lease purchase drivers there?
Lease purchase. Oh, okay. So the only trucks that you can drive for that company is the ones that they provide, which is Peterbilt.
Yeah.
And
379 Peterbilt.
379 Peterbilt.
Mm-hmm. Which has a very small cap.
Is it? Now, does it have room to step in, or is it like as soon as you turn around, there's a bed right there?
No, they got
you can walk in there.
It's still small. It's still small, man. That's one of the main reasons why I left Bridger. 2 reasons why I left Bridger: the small caps and they micromanage stuff too much. They're always on your back, all your hours, your this, your that. You know, they don't give you a little leeway to make things happen, you know. Always, I see that you drove 10 minutes or 1 hour past your hours or something like that, you know. Always
service. Oh, okay. So
I mean, it's a good thing. I mean, they're trying to save the CSA schools, but the thing is, in the oil field, nobody cares about CSA schools. There's no police.
And with Bridger, did they offer, Line 5 or...
They just started Line 5. That Line 5 just started like 2 or 3 months ago, right?
Mm-hmm. So and personal conveyance?
Yeah, they offer that. Line 5 is really helping drivers in the oil field, man.
Right, because unless you're under strictly the Texas oil field hours, you don't have to worry about Line 5, because Texas oil field hours is set on its own. I wish every state that had the oil field would adapt that into their state, because it makes sense because
you have to explain it a little bit for your audience.
Now, the Texas oilfield hours, you have 15 hours window to work. But the thing is, if you put yourself in off-duty or sleeper berth, that 15-hour clock stops. But there is no 30-minute mandatory break. You can drive up to 11 hours, I think, but you have 12 hours to drive. So 15-hour day, 12 hours to drive. Well, let me just say 15-hour clock, 12 hours to drive. If you put yourself in off-duty or sleeper berth, your 15-hour clock, wherever it is, stops. Is that... Am I missing something there?
Man, you look. Thing is, you know more about Texas time than me because I just roll, man.
And it's 70 hours within a 7-day cycle. So, on the 8th day, you'll pick up whatever hours you used on day one.
But with this adapted, not new rule, but with this new line 5, there should be no complaints. Because with this line 5, you can do at least, if the load is available, 3 to 4 loads a day, depending on the miles too.
Right, depending on the driving range and how long it takes to do one load or so. But I usually get questions like, okay, how's this company? Is this company good? Which company pays more? This company or this company? I used to
give recommendations, but I found out that it's not good because the company may be good at this time,
right?
But at another time it may not be too good. So depending on when the person gets there, you are going to be at fault for recommending that company to that person.
Right, and I saw your video where you stated that, and I'm starting to agree with that because, like you said, they could have a great contract, and then all it takes is one driver to back up into a silo or a chief, and they get kicked off the well, and then who knows, they might lose the contract. So there you go. Now they have to find work for 20 drivers because that well is gone. They got kicked off that well, and now you're stuck. So I'm trying to think of anything else that you can think of that you've been asked a lot about. No. Oh, speaking of, I just remembered. Okay, if they work for you, how long do they need to be out in the field and before they get time off?
At least
is it like 3 weeks on, 1 week off, or 3 weeks on, 5 days off?
At least 3 weeks, man. At least 3 weeks.
3 weeks on.
If you can give me good 3 weeks, you can take a week off. I'll have no problem with that.
Okay. And that's pretty common with other companies as well. 3 weeks on.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna be flexible.
Right.
Because I'm not looking at it like most companies, most owner up. They're looking at huge profit. No, I'm looking at longevity. I'm looking at duration.
Right.
I want for my driver to be happy to stay longer with me. But if I look at it like getting a huge profit, my driver, he's not going to stay long with me.
Right.
You know why? Because I'll be getting most of the money and he's not getting anything. But if I try to make it worth his while to stay, he will stay longer. You know what I'm saying? Like most owner ups, the drivers leave because they don't really try to take care of the driver, They don't.
Right. And I wish more owner operators would realize that and not just worry about the bottom line.
This is just my first truck, but I plan on getting more truck. And if I can get 10 trucks that bring in even 1,000 profit each, and my driver stay with me, I'll be happy.
Right.
Then to get a few
3, 4 a week while your driver's getting 1,300. Yeah. That makes sense because then you're not having to stress about finding another driver. calling buddies or asking
Yeah.
your current drivers, hey, do you know somebody? Well, the guy they recommended just left. So, you know. Let's see, what else? Man, how long do you think that the oil boom is going to last? That's one other question I get.
I get that question a lot. I think as long as Donald Trump is in office, that's what I honestly believe. Donald Trump is good for the oil field. Whether you like his politics or not, he's good for the oil field.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a sandbox driving up in front of us. Oh, that's another one too.
The video is long. Are you gonna post everything?
Huh?
Are you gonna post everything?
Well,
the video?
So far we're 25 minutes in. I mean, I can go ahead and cut it off here.
What's the maximum level of video you can post?
I've posted 30 minutes before.
Okay.
Well, I think the last one was like 23. The thing is, you have to verify your account. And sorry, we're talking YouTube stuff now. You have to verify your account and then use the YouTube app to upload. So open up your YouTube app. You'll see the little camera emblem there. You hit that, and then it's going to show up everything that's in your camera roll. And you can just pick the video that you want, and that's the only way you can get above 15 minutes. But first, you have to verify your account. You have to go online, and that you have to do it on the laptop or desktop.
So you guys know, every video that I've put out, I don't edit. I'm not a professional, right? Just how I film them, just how I post them. Okay, I'm trying to talk to H down here to train me or to teach me how to edit and how to post some fancy videos. Okay, so if you see I post a video and I make one or two mistakes in that video, I intentionally, not intentionally, I left it as is because I haven't started editing yet. I don't have the time to edit. Okay, like one video I said Mexico instead of saying New Mexico.
New Mexico, right?
Another video I said something, but I just left it as is because I didn't have time to go and edit.
Right.
Yeah.
And edit is very frustrating, especially when you're out here and all you're doing it is on a phone. It can be very time consuming, very frustrating, and I mean, I try to edit and try to do things differently than other channels.
I saw one of your videos. You are back and forth. You are into this restaurant. You're outside. I was impressed, man. One of your videos, you were talking about this. Then you go to this scene, then you leave and go to this scene. I don't know whether you're pausing it or between.
I appreciate it. Thank you. It's a lot of work, man. Seriously, I didn't become this involved as far as editing until I started YouTube, and I was like, I started tinkering with things and then get a little bit better. I'm not professional, but I'm getting a little better, and it's like I'm happy with it. Okay.
You leave me. I bought that action camera. Is it the Gold Cam?
The GoPro?
The GoPro. I bought the GoPro. Just sitting. I haven't touched it.
Oh, you haven't?
I bought the other pen camera where you can put the pen right there. You can record everything. I haven't touched it. I bought Adobe Professional to edit. I haven't touched it. I just don't have time.
and that's something I'm actually wanting to get. I was thinking about that. Something like a body cam.
Yeah.
I don't want to be rocking around with a big GoPro on my helmet because that stands out. Last thing I want is get kicked out as well because they see that I have a GoPro attached to my hard hat. A lot of these companies, they stress safety, and if they see anything like that, they will not hesitate to kick you out. But yeah, when I first started the channel, a lot of people will say, "Hey, how come you're not doing videos on how to unload and outside of the truck?" I don't want to risk getting kicked out because I'm an owner-operator and this is my money.
Okay, you asked me what are some of the questions. I get it right. The thing with the questions people send to me is like they send like 20 questions in one. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I gotta explain the whole oil field, the pros and cons, this and that, you know.
You might want to have a template already, and then just go over there, copy and click, copy and click.
I think so. I think you're right.
You might want to do that, because I have come into that. I'm like, wow, I got to re-explain everything.
Yeah.
Tell me how you got your truck. Oh man, that's the long one. Okay, well, you got to get a loan. You got to start your LLC. You got to do this. You got to apply. Make sure you get approved to get hired on before you go get your truck, and this and this and that. Because the way I did, I
just received a message. Okay, shout out to Sean Willis.
Sean Willis.
Yeah, he said, "Can you fill me in on the oil fields so I can make a sound decision?" That's a loaded question right there. You know?
Yeah.
Then are you on Facebook? Blah blah blah. You know, that's a loaded question. As you feel it. If I was to start talking about the oil field, Sean, it'll take all night.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try to respond to it.
Right. You might want to be a little bit more specific when you give out your questions, like, how's the oil field? Well, what do you mean by that? How busy am I? How hard is it? How long are my days? You know.
Another thing, people, I think I spoke about it before. The oil field is not just a come and get rich quick thing.
No.
You have to work. You have to work your butt off. Yeah. It's not easy.
And as an owner operator, you have to spend money. Yeah. You spend a lot more money.
Yeah.
And I mean, you make more money, but you spend a lot more money because you got to maintenance it. You've got to worry about tires. You got to do your PMs. You got to replace air filters, because the dust out here in the sand is just going to clog up your air filter really quick.
Yep.
And you know, anything can happen out here, and you got to be ready to spend money to get that fixed ASAP. And another thing, mechanics out here are expensive. The going rate, like at a Mack dealership, is $165 an hour. At Peterbilt, I believe it's $195 an hour. And
okay, folks, I think I'm done with this interview. I'm going to eat some Alfredo, all right? Charles, we did some Alfredo pizza. Chicken Alfredo. But
yeah, we'll go ahead and finish this interview now. Guys, thank you for watching. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button down there. Also hit the notification bell. The notification bell to your right, my left. Hit that as well. That way you will get a notification, whether it be text message or email, letting you know that I've uploaded a video. YouTube is not perfect, so sometimes they might not send you the notification, but still go ahead and click that notification bell. As long as that's lit, I would say 80% of the time it'll work, but you'll be notified as soon as a video has been uploaded. Again, if you're not a subscriber to Arthur Williams, go ahead and I'll put a link in the back of this video, so that way you can click to him and subscribe to his channel as well. So again, he's looking for a driver. Go apply at Cisco and click on his channel. I'm sure he might have some information on how to contact him, but you can always comment on his videos if you have questions. Again, if you have questions for me, feel free to comment below. Send an email to htowntrucker1@gmail.com. So that's htowntrucker, the number 1@gmail.com. Apparently somebody already had htowntrucker@gmail.com, so I had to put a 1 at the end of it. So that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a good day. Keep your head up, keep grinding, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.